Alrighty, so we are joined by treasurer of the Reggae Girlz Foundation, none other than Theo Burnett. Mr. Burnett, thank you very much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. How are you? Welcome back to Jamaica.
Welcome home. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, really, really appreciate your time. As we know, a lot is happening in the footballing world. 2022 as a whole, we've seen the under-17 Reggae Girlz, the under-20 Reggae Girlz, and of course, the senior Reggae Girlz with their historic qualification to back-to-back World Cups. 2022 for you, what are your thoughts of how the year and the calendar has progressed?
I think it's a good year for Jamaica soccer on a whole, especially with the females, the female program. I think they've done well. The country has a great product in the female, and for me, I'm trying to sell them in a way where I want to be as dominant in the Caribbean. We know US is the top guns there, but I think Jamaica has the capability to grow that program because of the talent that's abroad. Right now, like in Texas, we have one of the number one female under 20, under 17 girl. And, so we need to tap into that kind of resources, and I think this program could go a long way. But we also need the buy-in of the JFF to help bring this along, because to be honest with you, there's no soccer without JFF.
Understand. And as you know, 2023 will certainly be a busy year, not only for the senior Reggae Girlz, but other national junior teams ahead as well. What are the conversations like with the Bob Marley Foundation, the JFF, to ensure that things fall into place ahead of the busy calendar year?
There's not a lot of conversations right now. What we're trying to do is we were trying to get an under 20 here with Paraguay, in conjunction with them to run a program, because the under 20, as you know, is coming up. The under 20 World Cup is coming up probably next year, I think. And so what we've done, the foundation has raised some funds to have practice games before that tournament, unlike previous years where they meet, the entire team meets more often. They were meeting sporadically. And what we're trying to do is to see if we can get them to meet more often. So we raised some funds for the foundation right now that we have set just for that, for camps for them.
Yes, and a lot of fans, though, a bit doubtful about, the Reggae Girlz Foundation, what they do, their objectives. Are they separate and apart from the JFF? Do they do their own thing? I just wanted you to give fans an idea of the exact goals, ambitions of the foundation as a whole.
The foundation on a whole is very unique in perspective. Let me tell you how we work. We are independent. We're separate from the other foundations that are out there. We're separate from JFF. We don't get involved in the JFF operations. The way we function, we're a 501c3 in the United States, and we have to report to the US government. We have independent audits of our financial statements, of which every dime is audited and to the penny, and we send those financial audits to the JFF. So they know every 2 months, they know how the monies that we raise are spent. The way we work though is this: if we don't send funds to JFF, what we do is when, say for example, they have a tournament in Houston and they stay at a hotel in Houston and they come up short, we have the hotel send the bills directly to the foundation, and the foundation pays those bills to the hotel. So we have accountability, and that's the key, and that's what a lot of this is not being disseminating out there properly. But we are volunteer doing this. All of us have our full-time jobs, day jobs, but we went out there and we'll raise the funds. But the way we spend it is very unique in the sense that everything is done in the United States.
And this is across all national teams, from the senior Reggae Girlz all the way to the junior?
Yes. It doesn't matter whether it's the under 15, under 20, or the senior girls. That's just the way it works. When they have this program and they have a tournament in Miami, and the other foundation, the senior girls were playing a tournament, all of it was run by us. But the funds came to us, say, from the Marley Foundation, and we then pay the bills on their behalf because we are the non-profit. There was nothing in it for us. We just there as a filter to help that happen.
If, for an example, there is a gap to be filled, for example, per diem for players, is that something that the foundations would assist with?
Absolutely. For example, in Mexico this past year, the foundation, we raised monies for the under 17. Those funds we allocated and reallocated because under 17 programs already happened. So what we do, we take those funds and reallocate it to the senior girls, and we pay over $15,000 in per diem for the senior girls while they were in Mexico.
Interesting. Now, bearing in mind, the work that the foundation has been doing, we saw how the under 20s did, under 17s, creditable performances, and now the work done by the senior women as well. As you know, a busy year ahead with the World Cup. Australia is not right around the corner. It is a lot of travel, and as you know, from the 2019 campaign, many people have spoken about the rigorous travel that the girls had to endure. Connecting through Africa just to get to Scotland and so on and so forth. Are these conversations at least taking place to ensure that the girls are not going 4, 5, 6 flights just to get to a desired destination?
These conversations are happening. I'm hoping that some of the funds that they qualified for will be able to get them directly to those locations. In the meantime, we have our fundraising campaign that steps up, and nationwide. I just linked them with the Caribbean community in Atlanta area in the southeast. So we have northeast, southeast, east, west, Canada. So we have all of those fundraisings now starting to come to fruition, where we're trying to raise funds to help out to fill some of those top gaps. And hopefully we'll be able to not let them go through all that nightmare for travel that they used to.
And in addition to that as well, does the foundation any at all, because you have to clear up some doubts, play any role at all as it relates to team selection?
Absolutely not. We have no impact, no say in what happens when it comes to team selection. All we do is stopgap for shortcomings on their bills. That's what we're there for. We also issue scholarships. We raise funds for scholarships. And this past year, we issued at least 2 to 3 scholarships to 3 different students throughout the United States, where they came up short on their tuition. And we have the process that we have there for applications. We give them a deadline, and we have 3 people that apply, and all 3 of them got funds for that. So while we do stopgaps on bills, we also have the scholarship foundations. We do grassroots foundations where we support some of the grassroots as well. For example, in Spanish Town the other day, we support a grassroots camp down there, and that turns out amazing.
And tell me about the work that has been done by the president of the foundation, Mrs. Adama Laken, and the work that she has done behind the scenes to ensure that all of these things are taken care of behind the scenes.
Our president, Michelle, is amazing. She been at this from inception, and I join up with her because I've seen what she's done. She does it from her heart. It's not about what she can get out of it. And for me, she's been able to put so much energy, so much work, and so much time into making sure that people are aware of what's going on. We'll tap into the news media, we'll tap into 876, the Gleaner and 876 as well. However, we need more exposure. People need to know what we're doing. And with people like you guys coming to us and exposing us out there and let people know, because the doubts are crazy, to be honest with you, because even some of the players don't trust the foundations because of the rumors that are spread. But we're here to answer any and every questions. We're here to show them our financial statements. We're here to show them every dime that was spent and show them that these are where it's going and what's happening to it. So we have accountability, and that's the key. And Michelle is a big part of that.
Now, as you know, next year will be a busy calendar year, especially for the senior women heading towards the World Cup. FIFA also will play a role in ensuring that some preparation costs will take place. But where the Reggae Girlz Foundation is concerned, do you know if as it relates to camps, what work will be done perhaps a month before the tournament or a few weeks to ensure the girls are adequately prepared for the competition?
Great question. We have been speaking with JFF in regards to help in the preparation, and we've committed to fundraise for at least 1 camp before the girls take off to Australia and New Zealand, and we will be in the driving seat, and that's one of the reasons why our fundraising has been kicked off right now. And I think we're in a good spot when it comes to the fundraising. and we're gonna achieve that goal.
Yes, you spoke about the camp, but do you know as yet if that is something that might be on the island or perhaps in the diaspora?
No clue as yet where that camp's going to be, because they're trying to work it out. They're thinking West Coast because it's easier from the West Coast to fly to Australia. So we're not sure yet. It's still in the process.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, West Coast, perhaps it's certainly great to engage with the community before the girls leave towards Australia so that they can get that moral support back in, and perhaps networking for the foundation as well to increase and monetize the assets that the foundation has.
Absolutely. And these are some of the things that we've been talking about, and you know, I think they having the game, for example, here in Jamaica, and the things that we're doing, for example, with us putting these young girls, high school girls, into the stadium in Montego Bay on tomorrow, November the 10th. It's a great awareness and bringing the culture together. It helps with our fundraising as well. And you know, so we're putting approximately 175 girls into the stadium. That's amazing, you know, and I think the foundation is doing an amazing job out there. We just need people to know what we're doing, and this is an example of you guys helping us bringing awareness to it.
Quite recently, the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Michael Ricketts, announced that there will be a restart to the National Women's League. So now young girls on the island will get an opportunity to play football and even compete for a spot in the national team. Your thoughts about the resumption of women's football on the island post-COVID?
Long awaited. It's something that I am very much interested in helping them with, and with that, the foundation has pledged 300,000 Jamaican dollars towards the Women's Premier League as well. These are funds that, again, will be not paid to the JFF, but will be paid directly to the vendors. And so that's the way the foundation operates. The vendors will bill us directly, and that's how we're gonna do that. The foundation goal is to get to $500,000, which I think it's doable based on our fundraisings that we have going on. And I'm hoping that we can do that. But for now, we guarantee you that we already have funds in hand to pledge that we pledge $300,000 for the Women's Premier League. It is a great thing. It's one of the reasons why we say, let's put some girls in there so they can see. We're waiting for this Premier League for a long time, and I think it's well overdue, and I'm excited about it.
And when you're bearing in mind, you're looking at the senior reggae girls now, you have a Bunny Shaw, you have a Jodie Brown, you have a Konya Plummer, all born and raised in this island, grew up in this island, went to school in this island. It gives something for young girls on the island to look up to, look forward to when they see, I could perhaps be a national player one day.
It's one of the reasons why, you know, everybody asks about how did the foundation come up with this idea to bring the high school kids in there. It's because of the Bunny Shaws and the Jody and them, because they hear the names. But getting them close to see them and see, it could become a dream reality for some of them. I'm not saying they're all going to be footballers that we bring there, but the motivation that is going to bring, the confidence that is going to bring to some of these girls, and knowing that people do care, that you want me to come to these games, and you know, it's exciting, and I think it's a great thing.
And when you look at we had the under-17 and under-20 championships in the Dominican Republic earlier this calendar year, and you look from that, some girls have gone on and gotten scholarships as well. Tell me about, you know, the progression and, you know, the growth that, you know, a lot of these girls have been making, transitioning from high school and now will soon be entering tertiary institutions.
Absolutely. I can attest to that. My daughter also plays on the under-20. And she's now in college and having an amazing year up in Connecticut. Her dream is to be the next Bunny Shaw. Her dream is to also be the next Jody, you know, and they're very excited, you know. So looking at what's happening with a lot of these girls, it builds their confidence so much that they are so excited about the next level and the next step. You know, and there's most of them that can still remain and still play under 20 or under 17. They're so looking forward to it. But what we want to do is to help make that program a little bit better than the last time around. We don't want to meet 1 week, 2 weeks before the tournament. We want to put the grassroots and put the work in. That way we can get them better prepared. If we're better prepared, we can compete better with some of these things. Because let me tell you this, a lot of the girls on our under 20 that came down to play under 20, they also played against the same girls in the US and played against them in the US clubs. But guess what? US is better prepared. We can't compete with US. because of resources. However, we can compete on the field if we are better prepared, and we can do it. We just have to find a way and be better at what we do.
We spoke about the senior team and in terms of their preparation plans. Could you provide any updates in regards to under 17 or under 20 women in terms of perhaps camps next year or anything in terms of getting the squad together to build synergy, cohesion, etc.?
The only thing that I'm aware of right now, I know they have some stuff in the works, and we're going to have another meeting in another 2 months or so with JFF to provide a more feedback on what's coming on. We were trying to get the under 20 also to have a game here similar with the practice match against Paraguay that didn't come to fruition. I think we approached it too late, I think, from our side, because we initiated that, the foundation initiated that part. Now, what we planned, we got contacts for a trip to Spain that can become into fruition. What we don't want to do is wait too late and to try to figure out the mechanics of that. And those are good things that we need to take on in order to get better at what we do. So for now, a lot of it is in process. I don't have much details on pre-camps and all of that stuff. Our goal at the foundation is to continue to raise funds. Right now, as I said, we have funds sitting there for the under 20. We should not let it sit there and not utilize it in good preparation for the girls for their next under 20 World Cup.
And with that moral support that the foundation has provided to all national women's teams, what are your thoughts about the potential of women's football on the island? Can you see Jamaica being amongst the top 30, 20 in the world in women's football internationally?
It can. The resources and the talent that I've seen both abroad and locally, it's amazing. We have to go there and now put the energy and effort from the top down. With me? Meaning, we need JFF and everybody else to say, hey, let's become a part. I'm trying to be one of the best women's league in the Caribbean. Without that, it's just going to be just a number. I don't think we have too much talent to be just a number. And for me, I think we have so much that we can give. The support can come in if we take it to another level. We can market the girls so easily. There's so much funds, there's so much corporations out there. There's so much people out there that would love for us to embrace it and come to them. But you know what they want to see? They want to see us helping ourselves first. And to me, if we can help ourselves and show them what we're doing, sky's the limit.
And finally, as we know, the Reggae Girlz have a couple of games against Paraguay, and that basically will be the last international window for this year, 2022. After these set of games, before the new year, early in the new year, what will be the sort of dialogue that you'll have with the Federation, the JFF, in relation to the busy year ahead, like we discussed, under 17, under 20, senior women? I'm sure there'll be a master plan to ensure everything comes to fruition. There is, and that's in process as well. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of details on next year's plan, but I know we have a meeting in another 2 months with them, and they promised to give us the schedule. They promised to give us a forecast of all the things that needs to happen ahead of time, and so once I get that, would love to sit down with you guys and say, guys, this is what's gonna happen. Let's go there and let's push this out there so we can be able to get the resources and get the help we need. The help is out there. We have to go and grab it. Mr. Burnett, thank you very much for your time. It's a pleasure. Really, really appreciate it. And for you all, there we go. That was Theo Burnett, treasurer of the Reggae Girlz Foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to 876 Stream for more content. Take care. Thank you.